good morning. For those that serve the country, happy Memorial Day to you. Happy Memorial Day to everybody else as well. I have the Yankees lineup for the third game today, match against San Diego Padres. Before I do that, I want to send a shout out and a special thank you to Mike from War Train Express and Uncle Tats from Pinstripe Chronicles to having me on their new podcast, Pinstripe Express, last night. I had Hector from Yankees Morning Brew on there last night. I want to thank you all for coming on and having us and having a great discussion. And thank you to all the people that were in the comments and the viewers who gave us their insights too. Is fantastic. So I was grateful being on and being a part of your panel. So thank you again. Much love to all you guys and gals, and then I hope you guys blow this thing up. So, and I'm looking forward to doing it again, hopefully. So now, with that, before I give you the lineup, I want to know what you think about this. And I mentioned this last night too. Oswald Peraza. And I think, and Hector made a good point too. I think they're essentially going to wait until they figure out what happens with Josh Donaldson, right? Whether he can actually come back and stay healthy or whatnot. So I think that's part of the decision-making process, because if he can't, I could see them moving on and DFAing Josh Donaldson. If that happens, Oswald Peraza is the logical guy to call up, because he alone can help remake the infield defense. What do I say about what I mean that? Well, he's the best defensive infielder that the Yankees have, major league and minor league, period. Okay. And you need your best defender at shortstop. His lateral movement, left and right. He can catch a ball from the deep shortstop to near third and turn around, throw it, and get a guy out first. He can do it the other way up the middle, get him turn around and throw the guy out first. Okay. And this is not a knock on Anthony Volpe. I think Anthony Volpe would be best suited at second base, where his seems to be a more natural fit. And again, if he boots balls, and I understand he's a rookie too. I totally get that. So he's going to have some defensive lapses, just like Derek Jeter had. But I would still stop short of calling him the next Derek Jeter. I think he should be the next Anthony Volpe. But that said, Oswald Peraza will make Anthony Volpe better. I think they're like partners in crime. They play with each other in Double A. They play with each other for a little bit in Triple A. Peraza spent more time in Triple A than Volpe did, but I think having a Peraza short and Volpe at second at some point would make for a much better infield. Then you have wizards at third. You have third base wizard DJ, who's money at third base on defense. You have a wizard at first base, and Anthony Rizzo for first base. And I think that's the best defensive outlet you can have. It would be very, very good for run prevention. So, and again, you got another guy with speed who can hit the ball. He's already proven last year that he can hit at the major league level. He's tearing the cover off the ball in AAA right now, and I think he'll come back up here. And which which would also, not only would he be, I think he'd be just fine offensively and defensively, but it would make it easier for them to move Torres. And I know it's an unpopular move by a lot of folks, but it would drastically improve the infield defense. Okay, and they need that. Okay. Also, Peraza would have 6 years of control. Torres has 1.5. Okay, before he gets a big contract. And again, and like we said the other day, we talked about would you rather extend Bader or Torres? I think the majority of the folks were saying Bader. Well, Bader's extension would be not only significantly lower than Gleyber Torres is, and Torres has the advantage of youth. Yes, he's 26, Bader's 28, but Bader has an advantage. He's the best defensive player in center field, probably in baseball. And there's still a lot to be desired in terms of Torres off defensively. He can be very, very good for a while offensively, and then he goes, but he's very cyclical, very streaky with that. So, but he's got a high upside, no doubt about it. But I wouldn't hesitate to move Torres and try to address pitching. And just like I would wait to see if Severino stays healthy, if he's still dominating, I would consider moving him at the deadline too. And a lot of folks don't really like that. But what if you don't move him and he gets hurt in September? You can't use him in all the playoffs. Then we're screwed. I also think a lot of that boils down to whether Carlos Rodon's going to come back healthy. If he does, it makes it easier for them to trade a guy like Luis Severino, get some value back, because they will get value back for him, especially for a team that feels like they're one pitcher away. You have Severino there, okay? If teams feels like they're one bat away, you got the Gleyber Torres there as well. And again, if you can get some pitching, even if the White Sox present themselves as an option, maybe you get Lucas Giolito here, right? It would make it easier to move Severino. And if Dylan Cease is a bigger get, it's gonna cost a hell of a lot more. But just a little food for thought. But Peraza at shortstop, Volpe at second base, Rizzo at first, DJ at third. That's to me the best defensive outlay for the New York Yankees, short term and long term. What do you think? Load up the comments. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, I hope that you do, so that we're going to do a lot more discussions like this, and we're going to do a lot more trades. I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on towards the trade deadline as well. Trade ideas, trade, all different single player, multiple player, and stuff like that. So a lot of good stuff coming. Here's today's lineup. We got Gleyber Torres leading off at second base. We got Aaron Judge batting second and right field. Anthony Rizzo batting third at first base. DJ LeMahieu cleaning up at third base. Harrison Bader batting fifth in center field. Willie Calhoun batting sixth at DH. IKF, who got the game-winning hit yesterday, batting seventh in left field. Kyle Higashioka's back in the dish, batting eighth. And Anthony Volpe's at ninth at shortstop. And on the mound, R.A. Garrett Cole against Yu Darvish. So it's going to be a big pitching matchup today, Yankees Padres. So we'll be back later on. We'll talk about it. But give me your feedback and your thoughts about what I've talked about here. Load up the comments. All right, let's get into it. See you afterward for the post game. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you next time.